Do you use EWG hooks? I want to talk about that. Just a little quick tip, real short. This may upset a couple of you. I'm not trying to pick on anybody. I'm just telling you my experience here. Feel free in the comment section to tell me your experience with EWG hooks. Personally, I'm not a fan of EWG hooks. I think you lose more fish with them. Instead of using an EWG hook like this one, what I prefer to use is one like this, which is an offset, old school offset worm hook. See, it's got the 90-degree line tie. It goes back to another 90-degree that goes to the hook point. That's what I like to use. I'm going to show you why. I have found that I lose more fish with a EWG hook. Now, this is not your traditional EWG hook, but since I don't use them, I don't have them. So I had to use one that has a kill weight on it. That's what you see here. That is a kill weight on my EWG. So the problem that I have with these hooks, I'm going to try to get the camera to focus on this. I am shooting by myself today. Ideally, you would like to shoot with a camera guy for this, but the reason I think that you lose a lot of fish with the EWG is you have a much bigger gap in between the hook point and the shank than you do on the offset. That area right there, the area right there from the hook point to the shaft is a lot larger. Now, you would say, well, that just gives me more room for big fish to hook up. That also gives you the fish more leverage to waller. I like to use the word waller, a hole in his mouth and get off. All right. The other thing is, you see how on this EWG, the hook point is almost in direct alignment with the line tie. That works against you for hookup ratio. There's no gap here. Super weedless, but there's no bite between the line tie and the hook point. That all works against you. Now let's look at this hook. I'm trying to slide out because it focuses a little better. Okay, now on this hook, you see there's a very narrow, like I barely can stick my finger in between there, between the hook shank and the hook point. You can also see the hook point is risen about a 1/4 inch above the line tie. Got a lot of bite there. This hook might not be as weedless if you were fishing around pads and some type of grass or snags, but I got a lot better hookup ratio, and I'm going to keep the fish hooked better because he's got less leverage to wiggle that hook loose. What's the first thing that you do if you get a hook in you, in your clothes? You try to waller a hole big enough so you can back that hook point out of there. That's exactly what the bass are doing with a big wide gap hook like an EWG. Let me know your experience. Are you using EWG hooks? How is your hookup ratio? Are you losing a lot of fish? Be careful about using extremely big gapped hooks. In my opinion and in my experience, the extremely big gapped hooks work against you, especially fishing around grass. Narrower gaps doesn't mean that you can't catch big fish. It gives the fish less leverage to come unhooked. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you found this clip from Straight Up Fishing School helpful for you at all, I'd love to have you in the group of anglers that we have within our school. This is a great place for you guys to learn the best gear, the best places, the best techniques to help you catch more fish. Fishing actually isn't as hard as you may think it is. You just got to understand a few fundamental principles to help you catch more fish. Check the link in the description box of this video or the comment section. Click on it, join the group. Fishing is going to be a lot more fun when you understand the very simple truths to help you catch more fish.